Taking paracetamol for fever is almost second nature to us, right? Even a kindergartner can tell you that. But surprisingly, most of us don't know the correct way to nurse ourselves back to health. Today, let's go beyond just taking paracetamol and focus on truly getting better.
The iron secret.
It's a hectic day at your office. Imagine getting that call from your wife. Honey, I'm feeling sick and your daughter's temperature is rising. Your heart skips a beat, and high chance is that you drop everything to rush home. What's next? The long hospital hours, the endless waiting, the worry. But this video isn't about what happens at the hospital. Rather, what should this superhero be doing once he gets back home? Because that's when the real challenge begins. We have all been there, juggling work and family, trying to save the day. But what happens when your own family needs saving? You feel helpless, worried, concerned, or just call your mom to the rescue. That's why I am here to share with you the 5 IU secrets to help you conquer the fever season and keep your family safe. So, first things first. Why do we face all these problems during rainy season? Is it the humidity, or decreased immunity, or contaminated water, or breeding mosquitoes, or decreased body adaptability to the new season? The answer is all the above. Each of these set factors has significant effect on your health. But what's Ayurveda stand on this? This time of year, rainy season, known as Varsha Ritu, is particularly tricky. The Vata is aggravated, making fevers more complex. And with the seasonal shift, nature is giving us back what it took. But our bodies might not be ready. That's why we need to take extra care during this time. Fever occurs when the hypothalamus, the body's thermostat, is reset to a higher temperature. This happens when white blood cells release pyrogens in response to infection. Pyrogens trigger the hypothalamus to release prostaglandins, which increase body temperature. The hypothalamus then signals the body to heat up, causing increased heart rate and increased blood flow. Stops sweating thus by trapping the heat inside and cause muscle contractions and shivering to generate the heat. This response helps fight infection by creating an environment less favorable for pathogens to grow. Now, let's see what Ayurveda has to say. But before that, answer me one thing. Why do you feel loss of appetite when you are having fever? Ayurveda has a great explanation for this. Imagine an ever-burning stove in your belly, Jataragni, fueling your body. When it's working well, you're energized and healthy. But when toxins or ama build up, they displace the flame, trapping it away from its place by blocking the digestive channels, Annavaha Shrotas, and sweat glands, Svedavaha Shrotas. It's like your body stove is clogged and the fire can burn brightly. The displaced fire makes you lose your appetite, the trapped flame raises your body temperature, and the blockage makes you feel tired, resulting in body pains. Now, Ayurveda's goal is to restore the flame, clear the blockages, and balance your energy. The secret to achieve this has been coded in our ancient texts as Chikitsa Sutra. Let's decode it and explore these little 5 Ayurvedic secrets. The Chikitsa Sutra goes like this. Langanam Svedanam Kalo Yavago Tiktako Rasaha. Langanam, the first Ayur secret, is starving. While fasting is usually recommended in Ayurveda, it's not ideal during rainy season because Vata is highly aggravated and this might cause further depletion. Instead, opt for light, warm, and easily digestible foods. Avoid heavy, spicy, cold food even milk products. Pro tip: having idli or dosa is considered healthy during fevers, but it should be avoided as it contains Bengal gram, which is heavy to digest, and say no to milk with bread as it is highly processed and heavy. Curious about healthy alternative? We'll get to that in Ayur Secret 5. The second Ayur Secret is Swedanam. As we learned that the sweat glands are clogged, measures to unclog them should be followed. Use warm compresses to induce sweating. Always use warm water to drink and use special herbal teas, kashayas or khadas made of pepper, basil and ginger. Pro tip: avoid mixing too many spices in the khada like cloves, cinnamon, etc. as they can heat up your body more. Keep it moderate and use mild spices to unclog your shrotas and improve appetite. The third Ayur secret is Kalo. Waiting period or resting period. Any disease except obesity demands rest. But what does rest really mean? Keep your books away, keep your laptops away, keep your mobiles away. In short, keep your worries away. That is how you truly rest. Pro tip: don't get caught up in watching your favorite shows or playing your kids' favorite cartoons. It's not resting. Resting is about enjoying doing nothing. The Ayur Secret 4, Tiktako Rasaha. Use of bitter foods. While you cook meals, incorporate snake gourd, bottle gourd, bitter gourd, pumpkin and other bitter vegetables. Use barley water or barley rotis, moong dal and turmeric. Pro tip: Guduchi or Giloy is the best when it comes to fever. So try to include Giloy tablets thrice. The Ayur Secret 5 is Yavagu. Of all the varieties of recipes suggested for fevers, the best and easiest recipe is just take 1 cup of white rice plus half cup of roasted moong dal and add 9 cups of water. Cook until it's semi-solid. Sprinkle a pinch of pink salt or senda namak, a pinch of black pepper and a tablespoon of ghee. That's it. A healthy, hearty, light and nourishing recipe for fever is ready. It's light, easy to digest, clears shrotas, improve Jataragni, induce sweating and improve appetite. Pro tip: opt for soupy or semi-solid foods, rasams and kanjis to replenish lost fluids. If you choose vegetable soups, ensure they are cooked properly. Avoid raw vegetables or salads as they can aggravate vata and take longer to digest due to their fiber content. Remember, anyone can bring flowers and fruits to a hospital room, but it takes a truly special person to care for their loved ones in the ways that matter most. You are just one step away from being ordinary to extraordinary, because when it comes down to it, the act of care is the greatest expression of love. Don't you agree?